Today we're having a look at some very good earphones from Creative. They are named Creative Outlier Gold and promises a battery life of up to 14 hours per charge, which is very good. They also have something called Super X-Fi, which is a way to get improved music by playing local files. It requires an app, and it's available in Google Play and Apple's App Store. Super X-Fi is supposed to create a natural multi-speaker experience, but more about that later. Let's open up the box and see what's inside. We have a user manual, which I recommend reading to set up the Super X-Fi correctly. We also get a charging case, 2 earphones, a charging cable, and extra rubber buds. The rubber buds that are included are the type that I personally prefer. They're just as wide as any other earbuds, but they're shorter. They're maybe around half the length, which makes them more comfortable in my opinion. They're also very soft, so I hardly notice them at all. The charging cable is a USB Type-C to Type-A, which is very welcome. Let's move over to the case. It's a metal case with a slightly golden color. Here's the Super X-Fi mark on the side. It's also quite compact, so it's a good size for putting it in a pocket. Here's the status lights. The left and right one lights up when the earphones are charging. The square shaped will light up with a blue color when the battery in the case has more than 30% left, and a red color when it's got less than 30. When it's full, it will be off, and it takes about 3.5 hours to charge the case from empty to full. The one with the lightning mark lights up blue when the case is charging. To open it, just push from the side and it will pop out. There's not too much to see in here, but we can see the area for the earphones and the charging connectors. The earphones look very nice, and the black area on the front are push buttons. They require a bit of pressure, but since the stem that goes into the ear canal is not very long, it's not too uncomfortable to push the buttons. I recommend holding the earphone with the thumb and the middle finger while pushing the button with the index finger. It makes it a bit easier. On the back is the side indicator and the charging connectors. These earphones are ergonomically shaped, so the back side will fit very nicely into the ear without sticking out. As I mentioned before, the stem isn't very long, but it fits very nicely into the ear canal, and the short rubber buds hold them perfectly in place. I have tried a few earphones with this type of shape before, and it has easily become my favorite shape. The white ring around the buttons also works as a light indicator, and they will blink with a blue or red color, depending on what's going on. While playing, there's no lights at all, but if you pause the music, they will start blinking with a blue color, which some people may or may not like. Under here is the microphone. These are also IPX5 sweat-proof, so they can get a bit wet without it causing any problems. The battery usually lasted me about 10 hours per charge, which is very nice, and charging the earphones from empty to full takes about 2.5 hours. While charging the earphones in the case, they will blink with a red color, but we don't have to open the case to see if they're charging. For that, we can look at the light indicators on the side of the case. And here we can see both earphones separately. To use the Super X-Fi, we must first download the app. This app will work as a media player, so the files must be on your device to play them. This app will ask you to scan your ears and face to optimize the sound. Here I have scanned my right ear, and as you can see, it's mapping the shape of it. Anyway, to use anything at all, we must first pair the earphones with the phone, so let's do that now. The pairing is easy. Just take them out of the case and select it on the phone. And we can now see the earphone's battery status here. For controlling music, we have the following commands. Push once to play or pause on the left or the right earphone. Push twice on the right one to go to the next song. Push twice on the left one to go back or to the previous song. Hold the right button to increase the volume, or hold the left button to lower the volume. Here we can just hold it until we have the desired level and release it. On some other earphones we have to click multiple times to do this, but I like this way better. We can also open the assistant by pushing 3 times. These are not the smallest earphones I've tried, but they sit very well in the ears and do not fall out. For the size, they're not very thick, so I like that they don't stick much out from the ears. The weak gold color also blends a bit with the skin color, so they attract a bit less attention, which I like. The sound quality is very good. They don't have the heaviest bass I've heard, but it's still very good. It's deep and sounds very nice. Mids and highs are also very nice and balanced, and they're very clear, which makes vocals a pleasure to listen to. The balance from high to low is also very nice, without losing any detail, even at loud volume. They also play very loudly, but too loud for me to test at the highest volume. So the overall sound quality gets a big thumbs up from me. What doesn't get a thumbs up is the microphone. The quality is okay, and it is usable for shorter calls, but I wouldn't use them for long calls. This is quite typical for in-ear earphones, so I'm not really surprised. Another thing that didn't surprise me was that the latency is not an issue at all with these earphones. They have both aptX and AAC codecs, so watching YouTube or movies is a pleasure. The Super X5 function simulates open spaces and having multiple speakers, and it does it very well. Music played this way sounds very nice and almost like being in the place where the music is played. It only works with local files though, so that's a bummer. But it is what it is, and it works very well. Overall, I'm very happy with these earphones. The battery is good. They sit very comfortably in the ears. The sound quality is very good, and they have aptX and AAC for low latency. They're IPX5 sweatproof, got USB Type-C, Bluetooth 5, and so on. So here we get a lot for the money, and they're well worth the price. And that's it from my review. If you liked the video, click that like button and maybe consider subscribing for more. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.